Hi everyone, welcome to Backyard Homestead. We're going to join, moving the camera around. If you're new to us, we're going to join Three Rivers Challenge, the Pantry Challenge for January and February. I'm going to show you my pantry and show you the things that need to be done. And we've got 4 freezers total if you count the 2 on the refrigerators, and they are all full. So it's time to get rid of some stuff and go through them. We also have a pig that's going to be ready for butcher in less than 5 months, 4.5, and we're either going to have to buy a new freezer or make room and make room in these freezers because it's going to be quite a lot of meat. And also we need to go through some stuff. We've got meat and the freezers are just packed, like jam packed. You cannot fit any more in them. And so it's time to go through, eat up some stuff. And if there's freezer burnt things, make dog food or treats with them. The only thing I'm going to try to buy at the store is my half and half for my coffee. And if we need lunch meat, and a few fresh veggies, but very few. Let me switch arms here. Very few fresh veggies because we have a lot of frozen veggies and canned veggies, and like I said, it's time to go through and use some stuff up. We're also going to be participating in Canuary, which is canning for the month of January. So I hope you'll join me for that. I have some really good things I'm going to can. Right now I've got a whole ham in my refrigerator that we bought. Hams were on sale and we just bought another one. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to can some ham and bean soup. I'm also going to can some Cajun red beans and sausage. I'm going to can a chicken pot pie filling and maybe even a turkey one because we usually have prime rib for Christmas. My husband wanted turkey, so we have a bunch of turkey left over, which today I'm going to make some turkey broth, and we're also going to can that. But so for the month of January, I have quite a few things set up to can for you guys, and also some food preservation. Let me see if I can turn it around here. Let's see. So if you could see right here, let's see, it's such a mess. I have such a mess to clean up here. This is 25 pounds of flour, 10 pounds of bread flour, 20 pounds of rice, another 10 pounds of hard wheat berries, and all of this has to be put away and put up to where it will last the maximum amount of time. And all of my flour things are pretty full, so this is going to go mostly in storage, like long-term storage with Mylar bags and oxygen absorbers and stuff. Anyway, so I'll probably make a video of putting away have 40 pounds of beans, of pinto beans, that I want to can some, just so they're on the shelf for when we want to use it for chili or whatever. I want to vacuum seal some and then Mylar bag some, because we just have way too many. 40 pounds is a lot, and we don't eat beans that often. Well, I mean, I guess if we're having burritos and stuff, but we don't, it's not something we eat every day, I guess. And I'm trying to eat as low carb as possible, which didn't go well over the holidays. So that's another challenge we're back on. Anyways, so join us this month for 3 Rivers Challenge, our Pantry Challenge, and then also Canuary, our canning challenge. And I'm going to try to can at least 1 or 2 items a week. And when I mean 1 or 2 items, it'll be a pretty good sized batch of those. And I can show you step by step how to pressure can. I have an electric one and a stovetop one, so I'll show you both. And there's no pressure. It's so easy. Don't be afraid. I know some people say, oh, I've had my canner 3 years and never used it. Well, you're going to use it this month. We're going to show you how, okay? And don't be intimidated. It's so easy. In fact, I've only water bath canned like 2 times. So for me, pressure canning has been quite simple. I started with the electric one and then moved my way to the stovetop one. So anyways, I'll show you a tour of my really messed up pantry and how badly it all needs to be reorganized. We're doing a pantry makeover. February 1st, our pantry room is getting new flooring to match the new living room and kitchen flooring. And it's all going to get rearranged and changed in there. So if you guys want to join me for that too, that would be awesome. And for now, I'll show you what we're working with our pantry for right now. And you'll see why it's such a mess. And, well, it's a mess because it's a mess, but it needs some work. So without further ado, let's go look at the pantry room. Okay, so before we start with the pantry room, we do have some food. This is above the sink. And this is where my dishes go. But as you can see up here, I have some canned meat and stuff up there that needs to get moved into the pantry. I mean, it could stay up there. We don't really use these top shelves because they're so high up there. But there's another one. That was like a sweet and sour kind of thing I canned. But it was so dark. I'm not sure. We need to try that and see if it tastes burnt. Forget it. Okay, then above the stove is like my spices, the big spices, I should say, and stuff like that, salt and breadcrumbs and crap, peanut butter. And then this one is all the spices. And as you can see, it's quite a disaster. And I have tons of spice jars, so I was going to put them all along the counter across, just have a rack all the way across with spices. But I just always have stuff on my counter, and I was like, no, that's not gonna work. So I've got like, I don't know, 50 spice jars and little spice racks, and I don't know where to put them. I don't have a lot of room. I was thinking of here on this wall, but they would only be able to go where this cabinet door opens, because here is my coffee bar, so I would only have that space. So I don't have a lot of room for these spice jars. I could just put them all in the little jars and then put them back in here, but either way, something's got to be done with this mess. It is a disaster. Okay, now we're going to go to the garage and I'll show you what's in there. Before I go to the garage, I'll show you this freezer, which is pretty much plumb full, and we're trying to get, we've actually used a bunch of stuff out of it. My husband spilled ice cream. It's just a gross mess. It needs some work. Okay, this is the big freezer in the garage, and it is, like I said, so packed. Like, we literally can't fit any more in it. So it is time to go through and use some of this stuff up. Big time. Plus, this freezer is old, and when we get the pig, I don't 100% trust it. So I think we will be getting a new freezer. And then this freezer is jam-packed. And like I said, there's stuff in here that's starting to get freezer burnt looking. I've got that whole ham. This is stuff left from Christmas. And then the watermelon down there on the bottom is one that I grew. That's for the chickens. In fact, I need to go give them some. But what I came out here to show you is the two big pantry. There's a bunch of stuff in the way here, so it's hard to see. But this is one pantry cabinet. And as you can see, it's so much stuff in here, I can't get in here to even get in here. So this is getting moved. My husband will take out those recycles. This one's getting moved to the pantry room. And so is this one, which, like I said, all this paneling stuff is going in my new shed. But it's in here because it was going to rain, so we had to just run it in here real quick so it didn't get rained on outside. But this giant pantry and the wooden one are both going in my pantry room, which I'm going to show you now. Okay, friends. Morning of the pantry room. It is a complete disaster. And you'll see. So this used to be my office. So I still have my desk there that needs to go. And everything just gets thrown in here. So this is what I'm working with here. I have got so much to do in here. This whole pile is just stacked up. Well, that's trash, but this is just stacked up stuff that needs to be reorganized. So the desk and the printer there are going to go in my shed. So I can do my work from there. The safe has to stay. That's our other little freezer. And unfortunately, this is also the cat's room. And look at what a mess these guys are. They're little scrounges. I could come in here and sweep, and the very next day they'll have it that bad. Anyways, I have one more of these. So we're going to completely reorganize. So those two big ones I showed you in the garage are going to go against this whole wall. This one is going to move over here where this one is. Let me try to pan it this way so you can see how full this thing is. This one is actually going to go in my shed. And I have another one like it that's going to go on each side of the desk. And so that'll be out of here. And so I need room for all of this canned food because it's not going to be on here anymore. It's just going to be my shipping stuff. I have stuff in bags that I have nowhere to put it. I have stuff in the closet, canned goods. And then my husband built these, well, he didn't build them. We bought them and he put them up. And these all need to be reorganized, rearranged. But this is where a lot of our canned stuff, like a lot of home can meats, all of our spaghetti sauces and stuff like that go there. As you can see, I need room here. And I need to go through. And I have nothing I can put up here because that's all my husband's rifle cases. And I don't have anywhere else to put those. But the mannequin is going to my she shed. And like I said, the desk, the bookshelf there, the computer, the chair, that'll all be out of here to make room for those two big pantries. And then we also have this giant sucker that I need to go through. Like, I think that cereal up there is a year old. We don't really eat cereal. But this is where I put a lot of my goods, like beans, rice, oats, oil, cereal, noodles. And then in the white pantry out in the garage, I have all in airtight containers, a bunch of pasta. But in the summertime, it is way too hot, so we cannot keep stuff in there in the summertime. We live in the desert, and it's over 110 sometimes. And this is our other little freezer, which we put this up here. See what I mean by what a disaster it is? I am like, oh my gosh. Okay, so this freezer is also plumb full. And these are ham steaks that I just bought. I had a ham, you know, hams were on sale, so I had them cut into steaks. And then ground turkey went on sale, and we picked that for the dogs. I don't eat it. I can't stand it. Just the smell of it makes me ugh. But as you can see, this is a new freezer too. We've only had this little one for, I would say, less, maybe 6 months. And it's already full. So as you can see, we've got some work cut out for us. I also need to have a designated space for my home canned goods, because it's all just sitting here on the desk, and the cats stay in here too. So like I said, it's time to go through a bunch of stuff, use up what we can, refill what's empty, stuff like that, and give this pantry room a complete makeover. So I hope you'll join me for that, and we'll see you soon for this pantry challenge.